Okay, are you ready? Here we go.
Stay.
Good morning to you. This is Kay Adams with you till 12 on BBC Radio Scotland. And tensions between Israel and Iran are rising, with no sign of either side backing down.
We will stand by the rule we established. Whoever attacks us, we will attack them.
Then get in touch with Martin. 08085 92 95 00 is the number to call. You can leave a voice note on that, or also a WhatsApp message, and you can always text at 80295 and hashtag Grave Talk.
There's an abandoned grave in here.
I'm gonna clean it today for free. I have no idea who's buried here.
Well, cleaning the grave of strangers is now apparently a thing. We will speak to the Scot who does it.
Here we go with more Epic Radio.
Telephone on BBC Radio Scotland.
Right, as I say, we have got John Sopel from the Newsagents podcast, of course, coming up after this.
They say the best things are free. Gonna love you till the end of time. Angel of mine.
Aha. It's 11 minutes past 10. Kay Adams with you till 12 on BBC Radio Scotland. Now, when journalist John Sopel returned to the UK, I think it was after 8 years in North America, but perhaps he's going to correct me on that, working for the BBC. He ain't going to correct me on that. He noticed something different. Britain, the country of his birth, had, in his words, stopped making sense. Hence his new book, Strange Land, How Britain Stopped Making Sense. And he's with me now. Good morning to you, John.
Kay, good morning to you. How are you?
I'm
absolutely
good.
Right. Factually perfect.
Oh, factually correct. Well, that's a first for me, I have to say, but that's really good. I was expected to see you in the throng of the Conservative Party conference. You look as if you've escaped.
I've escaped. I made good my escape last night. I had to do something early this morning on TV, and so I came back down to London. And it was really odd, because the Tory conference felt as though the Conservatives went into a general election in July and won it by a massive landslide, whereas the week before in Labour, it felt like they had lost the election and were kind of licking their wounds. I mean, the mood was upbeat, euphoric at the Tories, and downbeat and sort of slightly gloomy at Labour. And none of that made sense to me.
So things are still not falling into place then, John? Things are still a bit baffling for you, are they?
Well, you still find yourself scratching your head. Look, you know, America caused me to scratch my head till it was raw with Donald Trump as the president and some of the things that I saw, and particularly January the 6th. And then you come back to the UK after an astonishing period in American history, and you think, what's going on? I mean, yeah, there were so many things that just didn't seem to be working. And most notably, our politics wasn't functioning. I'm an old one now. So I remember the first election I voted in was in 1979, when Margaret Thatcher replaces Jim Callaghan after the winter of discontent. For the next 3 decades, I know 3 prime ministers. I know, you know, there was Thatcher, there was John Major, and there was Tony Blair. 28 years. I come back in 2022. There are 3 prime ministers in 1 year. It was like everything, the glue that was kind of holding us together, and the normal rules by which we played politics seemed to be broken. And that was the sort of starting point for me thinking, what's happened? What's happened to this country where, you know, when I left it, there was a coalition government. It all seemed pretty stable. And I come back and politics seemed very, very fragile.
Well, I suppose there's 2 things that immediately occur to me there. Do you necessarily assume that change is negative? Sometimes change can be good. And you know, there might be an argument to say that that sort of stolidity isn't necessarily a good thing. But also, as you say there, I mean, it's been a very turbulent time in America, but you look across the rest of the world also, in Europe and beyond, it does seem that things are bubbling in a way that they hadn't previously. So maybe Britain is just in line with the rest of the world to a certain extent.
Yeah, I think something particular happened in Britain and in America. And if, you know, 2016, I think, was the year, and I was in the US then, although I did come back the day after the Brexit vote when Donald Trump went to visit his golf courses in Turnberry and Aberdeen. And, you know, and I think for Donald Trump, it was a light bulb moment when Britain had just voted for Brexit, which, you know, arguably was a radical thing to do. Let's not get into the pros and cons of Brexit, although I think, broadly speaking, aside from getting a blue cover on our passport, I'm not sure what it's done for us. But it was, you know, for 50 years, we had been in the European Union. It had been the consensus argument that this was delivering the best economic growth for Britain. And then we suddenly go, right, no, you know what? We'll leap into the unknown. And America did something very similar in November by electing Donald Trump, in that Donald Trump had never stood for elective office before. He hadn't been a senior commander in the armed forces, and that made him unique in American presidency. And I think something just strange happened that made people think on both sides of our continent that, you know, that there was something untoward about the state of politics, and we had to do something radical.
So have you any further clues then on what the something strange is? What was in the water?
Well, I tell you what I think was in the water. I think that if we're kind of clocking it, charting it, sort of trying to do a timeline of understanding, I think in 2008 we had the financial crisis. And financial crises have come and gone. And, you know, in America, they are used to the economic cycle where suddenly there is an economic downturn. The factory gets mothballed, the steel mill gets shuttered, things close down, people get unemployed, some people lose their homes. But 2 years later, the jobs come back and there's a feeling that, OK, that was tough, but we're now, you know, economic growth is back again. I don't think after 2008 that happened. I think so many jobs just disappeared and disappeared for good. It was the time of globalization. It was the time of kind of massive surge in manufacturing growth in the Philippines, in Vietnam, in Southeast Asia. And those jobs just went offshore and never came back. And people looked around in Britain and in America and saw the bankers not being prosecuted, and they were too big to fail. But the ordinary Joe was too small to bail. And I think that that was something that kind of had a lasting impact about there's something rotten with our politics. And so in Britain, it manifested itself in Brexit. And then you get to 2022, and the simple promises of Brexit, this massive injection of cash every week into the health service, it hasn't happened. The slowing down of migration hasn't happened, despite the ending of free movement. And people are saying, well, what did I get? And there's disillusionment sets in. And I think that's where, and I think your earlier point, Kay, about change being good, I absolutely agree with that. Some change is really good. But if it's undermining the democracy that you live in and making the democracy more fragile, I'd say that's a bad thing, because for all the faults of Britain, we've got free speech, we've got the rule of law, we've got the peaceful transfer of power. Those are the hallmarks of a liberal democracy, which I think make all our lives infinitely better. And I would rather live under a system like that, for all its faults, than anything else.
I'm just listening to you talk there, and I'm conscious. I can see your microphone with the news agents on it, which is a phenomenally popular political podcast.
I thought it'd be good to use a proper microphone.
No.
I'll cover it up.
I mean, as a former BBC man, John, really, you should know that that's not on. It's not on. No, but and it's funny. This was a thought that was occurring to me last week, because I went to see the live recording of another political podcast, because of course they're very popular just now. And much as I love them and I consume them myself and everything, and this is I can tell myself this is a bit ridiculous as I say it. Do you think too many people have got too many opinions these days and are too encouraged to give their opinion and feel that their opinion is credible? And I say this as someone who's just hosted a phone-in show, but do you know what I mean? Politics has almost become a bit of a game. And guys like you become podcast superstars and everyone's got an opinion. And actually, the humdrum, boring politics that you describe of 30 years gone by where they just got on with it, and that's just gone.
Well, I think that's such an interesting question, Kay, and I want to kind of, if we've got a moment to address that, because I think it's interesting. I don't have any problem with people having a variety of opinions. I don't have any problem. I don't care. I don't know whether you vote, SNP, Conservative, Labour, Liberal, Democrat, couldn't care. But I do care that when you go to a polling station and you pick up the stubby pencil in that plywood partitioned polling booth, that you have good information on which you base your decision. Reasonable people can come to entirely different conclusions about what is best for the country, whether it's bigger government, smaller government, independence, staying part of the union, whatever it happens to be. That's perfectly reasonable. But there is so much falsehood around and so much fake news and so much misinformation and disinformation that I think the role of journalism is really, really is as important now as it's ever been, maybe even more important than in my lifetime, because I think that what undermines democracy is when people believe every conspiracy that's going. Now, conspiracy theories are based on people having lots of different opinions. That's fine, but we've got to challenge the falsehood so that if something is untrue, we say it is untrue, because I think there are these sturdy little things called facts. And facts don't bend that easily. So I think that, with the podcasts, are there too many podcasts? Yeah, there are millions of podcasts. I think it's kind of interesting that, there aren't that many that are getting huge audiences, and I'm sure the one you're referring to in Scotland that you went to see is getting huge audiences. We're doing okay as well.
It was electoral dysfunction, just as a point of record. Yeah, it was a Sky one.
No. It was Beth Rigby's podcast.
Yeah, it was.
And Beth is great. And I like the fact that there are those sort of podcasts out there that are trying to kind of illuminate. And the problem we've got is that in conventional, when I was in Washington for the 8 years I was North America editor, I was mainly doing the 10 o'clock news, which was the BBC's flagship output. But increasingly, the BBC 10 o'clock news is only watched by people over 60. I mean, some exceptions, but by and large, on average, that is where the age group is. So if you want to engage young people, there was a kind of truism that young people aren't interested in news. I think that's incorrect. We've got huge numbers of young listeners. I think they want to be having news served up, an opinion and thought, and served up in a different way. And that is what I've gone to, because I thought, I've always been interested in kind of grabbing the biggest audience possible, because I'm not dealing with a niche. The trouble is that I think the real problem is that it's not that there are too many views, it's that people have stopped listening to other people's views.
Yeah.
And I think that, so you get the situation now where, just briefly, you get the situation now where people listen in to news not to be informed, but to be affirmed, so that you get your own view bouncing back at you. You just hear what you want to hear. That's dangerous.
Yeah, it is, but we could have this conversation another time because we've run out of time. But I guess that's sometimes what I think. But people might go to and not just podcasts, but the view that they like, because there are such a range, and actually it doesn't necessarily encourage them to listen to alternative views because they go to their comfortable space. And sometimes I do worry, but we're going to have that. We're going to have to leave that with our listeners. They're going to have to cogitate on it and come along to you, because you're doing a book tour, a Scottish book tour, and pick up the conversation. You're at Glasgow I Write Festival on the 5th of October, St Andrews on the 6th, and you're on Edinburgh. Well, St Andrews on the afternoon of the 6th, and Edinburgh in the evening.
And I can't wait to be back in Scotland, because I was up in Braemar a couple of weeks ago and coming back again. Delightful.
Well,
hopefully I'll see you in either Glasgow, St Andrews or Edinburgh.
Well, I couldn't visit Beth and not visit you, John, could I?
I look forward to seeing you.
I'm sure you'll be made very welcome. That's John Sopel there, and his book is Strange Land, How Britain Stopped Making Sense.
Hello to all our listeners across the USA, from New York State to Florida and live across LA. And hi to everybody in Canada as well. We've never ever been there, but we hear it's a nice place. The Chris Moyle Show. We've never been to Canada.
It's 10:24. This is Kay Adams with you till 12 on BBC Radio Scotland. Still to come this morning.
There's an abandoned grave in here.
I'm gonna clean it today for free. I have no idea who's buried here.
Oh my gosh, you guys, this grave is huge.
I knew this would be hard to clean, but this is crazy. I just keep uncovering more and more.
Yeah, grave cleaning has become a big trend on social media. Who knew? We'll speak to the Scot who likes to clean graves in his spare time. And Martin James, our consumer rights expert, is here for the weekly Consumer Surgery. He gets great results for our listeners, making sure that you don't get ripped off. So if you've got any questions at all for Martin, you can text them on 80295. You can message on WhatsApp on 08085 92 95 00, and also speak to Martin on that one as well. But here's Taylor Swift.